we get a view or not, it's not important. Give it, say, 2 more minutes. Stream starting soon, and then we'll get to it. Fixing a hole where the rain gets. Hello and welcome back. I am Mr. Touchshriek, and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. Thanks for joining me. We are back in the Plains of Enchantment. Our fortress is Beguiledbastions of Beers. The game is Dwarf Fortress, and we're going to have some fun today. We are going to continue our big dig, and hopefully get down to the ground, or to the water level today. So let's get to the fortress. Let's get right to it, shall we? All right. So here we are in our fortress. It is winter. It is snowing, and our river is all frozen up, and we've got snow on the ground. Going down, we can see the ice in our river, and we can get right down to the digging. Here we go. So this is our digging, our project right now. What we're doing is we're building a new grand entrance to the fort, which will come in from the left side of the screen here. We just had actually our first trade caravan. Sorry, where's my level here? There's the bridge. We just had our first trade caravan, and we found out that this trade depot is not accessible. So we actually have to find a way to get, we've got to build some roads here today at some point. So we're going to do that as well. Okay, so we've got some work to do here. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, so down we go to the level. Now, we ran into some issues that I knew I was going to run into. Is that we have the existing fort beneath where we're digging here. So you can see this is our dig area, kind of the dig shape right kind of there. So this is kind of what we're digging. As we go down, we run into the fort that existed previously. So we've been remodeling and revamping it somewhat. So we are going to be... So this is our bedrooms here. Those are going to stay. Oops, pardon me. There we go. So these are going to stay, and the fort is kind of, we're digging out around that. So we're going to continue digging that now. We'll zoom in a bit here so we can see our dwarves in action. We got a bunch of stuff laying around here as we go. All right, so we're going to continue our digging. The fort, if you're just joining us for the first time or just viewing this for the first time, this is a mature fort. It is almost 14 years old now, and it's coming along nicely. We're in a very secure spot, and our dwarves are doing pretty well right now. But we are digging out here. We need to build some kind of wall here as well. So let's get on that. So build, C, construction, a wall. We're going to build a wall like so. There we go. There we go. So that will contain our bedrooms and keep them safe. Everything else that is going to be around here is going to be dug out. so that we can get down to the river. So the river is this whole pit that we're digging here goes down about 13 levels and will eventually end here where the water is. And that water, and then this whole area will be flooded so that there is a nice large area. Oh yes, and that's right. Uvash Godin Ingtak has claimed a mason's workshop. So we've got a strange mood going on right now. A mason's workshop is actually really nice. So this could be something really useful. This fisher dwarf though is not looking so great. Looking at his wounds here, he's dizzy, he's nauseated. He must have been out in the sun recently. Let's take a look at his health. So V, we're going to go here and we're going to go into H. So he's dizzy, he's nauseated, he has a bunch of wounds. Holy cow. He's infected. This guy, wow. His fat, it looks like he's bruised a lot, but no real main issues here. Let's see. These are old. These are very old injuries by the looks of it. Not sure what happened to him, but this was 10 years ago almost. Okay, so we're gonna watch him go for a bit while our dwarves dig upstairs. So unfortunately, being nauseated and dizzy, he is going to take a bit longer to get these things. Where's he going? He's going to grab some... The mason's shop that he was at was literally right next to a stone pile. I'm not sure why he went. What did he grab? He grabbed Gabriel. So literally, he was right next to a stone stockpile. I'm not sure why he felt the need to grab that particular piece of Gabriel, but who knows? Dwarves are inscrutable at times. Okay. So he's working. He should have everything he needs in order to build his... Oh, pardon me one sec. Alright, sorry about that. Just had a phone call from my dentist. Needing to do a COVID pre-screening for my appointment on Monday. Some news. Sad news, but not unexpected. Godin, our noble, he's our count. He has gone stark raving mad. Where is he? Let's find him real quick, because this is a tragedy, but it's also the least unexpected thing in the world. He has been miserable for quite a while. Godin. He is our noble. He's a young dwarf. He's not even 20 years old, and unfortunately, he has been extraordinarily stressed for the past while, and he has gone stark raving mad. So he is now wandering the corridors, babbling incoherently. He's crawling, babbling. He's going to be stripping his clothes off one at a time. Unfortunately, it is such a tragedy, but it was, again, not unexpected. Poor Godin. Poor Godin. Poor Godin. All right, well, that is really unfortunate. A lot of weird noises going on around here. Yeah, what do we do? Eventually, I mean, he's gonna get naked. He's gonna starve to death eventually, but that's such a shame. All right, let's head back over to our dig, and excellent. Uvash Godiningtak has begun a mysterious construction. Wonderful. So let's find out what he grabbed as far as materials. So he grabbed no, what's in there? There's a ton of stuff in there. Gabbro, platinum bars, that's always nice, fungi wood, horse leather, cat bone, more platinum bars, and fungi wood logs, and cave spider silk. That's cool. That's very cool. So he is beginning his construction. We should have a new artifact here momentarily, which is fantastic. So we will let him get to work, and we will get busy with our dig. Now this level here is basically all going to disappear. Once this is all mined out here, these last little bits, we're going to wall this staircase off. Which is our main stair. Right now, it's the main staircase. As we go up, is the main staircase into our fort. So that's going to get walled off, and eventually we're going to have the new entrance be on this level here. Okay, we're going to rebuild this whole area to be something a little bit more interesting and more grand. We're probably going to use this. These two rooms here as our basis for it. We're going to build, I think, maybe we'll build some towers or something. I'm not even sure. I'm making this up as I go. We had a whole bunch of we had a whole bunch of we had a vampire in this set of rooms here yesterday, which we took care of. So he built himself a nice bridge. He built himself a nice lever, and then we crushed him. So we smushed him to bits. So we don't have any more vampires in our fort, which is kind of nice because he was a good bookkeeper for a while, but he got himself very distracted. And let's make sure we're not digging into anything we don't want to dig into here. He got very distracted and was suddenly a lot less useful, which is too bad, but what do you do? We're digging down here. We're digging very carefully so as to not collapse the floors too badly. Well, we've had a couple collapses. We've had a couple near misses for injuries. A couple were intentional collapses yesterday, which nearly ended in disaster. Okay, so we have a pillar that we have to redo. There's just a lot of reconstruction in this particular fort. BC wall. So we're going to build a wall here, and that is our pillar that goes all the way to the top. And the ramp, like the bridges that we're building, are going to come and kind of wrap around that and then come into our main fort here. We also need to wall this area off here. So build seawall. So, that's already a construction. Okay, no worries. Oops. And then this particular block right there is a construction already, so we're going to remove that because that is a constructed wall. Okay, There we go. Okay, good deal. Hey, Smafatty, great to see you again. Are you going to clear all the stone debris out of there before you flood it? Yes. Yeah. So I'm hoping the dwarves will get on that. We actually had some bedrooms here, which is why we got some beds and a bunch of crap. So those bedrooms were dismantled. They were on this level here. They were dismantled and moved to this level here. So these bedrooms were all new. But they haven't, the dwarves, I've been keeping the dwarves pretty busy. They haven't had a chance to clean all that stuff up yet. But yeah, before I flood it, it will all be perfectly clean. If I have to, I will probably end up having to use DF hack, use the auto dump, which will do it quickly. But I'll try to let the dwarves do as much work as they can. I tried to avoid using DF hack as much as possible, but sometimes it's just the easiest way to do something. Okay, so we're gonna get okay, that looks pretty good. I'm trying to make, I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with the actual new entrance hall yet. So yeah, I'm trying to I have to dig all this stuff out, and then probably what I'm gonna do is end up rebuilding something out of constructions afterwards, once it's kind of clear, because this has been revamping and redoing all this stuff has actually been very chaotic is the best word for it. There's been just so much stuff going on, and trying to dig something new, and while at the same time trying to revamp old stuff has been difficult. Okay, so we're gonna go. Also, we want to do this one thing at a time. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish this level first. Then we'll go back and we'll do the next level. So let's go here, there. One thing at a time. We have a lot of miners, so we can do a lot of things at once, which is nice. Without we do a lot of things at once without delaying stuff or anything like that. Without waiting for miners, so, which is good, because right now my brain is super scattered. I'm scatterbrained right now. So what I want to do, we're gonna do a channel here and a channel here, and then a channel here. So this is gonna be the new staircase, and then this all gets channeled as well. Okay, so this, if we go back up here, so this is the bridge that kind of goes across this space. Eventually, again, all of this will be channeled out. We're going to have open water beneath it. So that will be the only way across, and really the only way into the fortress. So you're going to come across this bridge down onto this platform here, down again onto this platform, and it's going to curve around this pillar. So, and it's just a little nuts when we've got all this essentially free standing floor underneath it, because it's really easy to accidentally channel under a floor and kill somebody. So we have to go down. So with this, so we need ramps on either side of that. So we go down here. We're going to build C ramp here and ramp here. And then I also need to build walls behind them. So we're going to build a wall. We need walls like so. There we go. That should give us, and now with these walls behind it here as well, we should have workable ramps. So we'll basically keep all of these. We'll keep this. Sorry, let me show you here. So we're going to keep this wall, keep that wall. We're going to build those two, and that will give our ramps somewhere to go. We may build one there as well, just to make it look a little better. Not sure. Still making this up as I go. But then we're going to have, again, we're going to come down this bridge. We're going to curve around the pillar, go down another level, and to our entryway, to our staircase. All right. And now we're going to this will make the bridge freestanding, which will be kind of the idea. So H, channel here, channel back there, and there we go. And the rest of it is gravy, but just again, we've got to be super careful with digging or with channeling above. When we're channeling above open space. So those walls don't need to be there right now. So we're gonna DN, and then eventually what I'm gonna end up doing is making this a clean slate, so to speak, and then we'll rebuild something in this area up a couple levels with more of a to make more of a grand entrance, I guess. But we'll do that once we clean this up and get more of a clear slate. We'll be okay. Okay, so I'm going to build just in the interest of keeping, because right now we're very wide open. If someone actually showed up, we would be essentially defenseless. So what I want to do is build a couple of doors here, just so that we can lock the door if we need to. These will probably be temporary, but we're going to use nice ones anyway. Those doors will be temporary. We'll probably we'll replace those eventually once things are finalized. All right. We've also got our this guild hall here, which is a craftsdwarf workshop, I believe. It might be a farmer's. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. Let's find out. This is the Glad Staff. And if we go into our locations, the Glad Staff is a farmer guild hall. So that is our farmer guild hall. That is going to stay. Everything else on this level is going to be channeled out and redone. All right. So those are constructions. They are being removed as we speak. So we can channel out this area. There we go. Continue channeling that, and then we're going to go down a level and... Ooh, hello! Uvash Godeng Attack! Fisher Dwarf has created Ulengothduck, a Gabriel armor stand. He claims it is an heirloom in the name of his family ancestor, Morel Granite-Bitten. That is sweet. Alright, a Galena or a Gabriel armor stand. I love it. Listen. Ulengothduck, the Lost Moment, a Gabriel armor stand. Let's take a look at it. This is a Gabriel armor stand. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. It is decorated with fungi wood and horse leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of gabbro and menaces with spikes of gabbro and cat bone. On the item is an image of Mebzuth cloistered walls, the dwarf in platinum. On the item is an image of Mornsunken, the native platinum figurine of Salong road griffins in platinum. On the item is an image of Lorbam Earthkin, the dwarf in fungi wood. Lorbam Earthkin is making a plaintive gesture. The artwork relates to the drowning of the dwarf Lorbam Earthkin in the Hill of Rams in the early summer of 254. We've had a number of drownings in this fort. On the item is an image of Rakus Swordhandle the dwarf and dwarves in cave spider silk. Rakus Swordhandle is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Rakus Swordhandle to the position of Baron in the Diamonds of Church in 179. Diamonds of Church is our civilization. That is a cool artifact. That's really good. It's worth 105,000 dwarf bucks, so that is not bad. Not bad at all. So, very nice. Very, very nice. We'll have to find a good place to put that one. I'm not sure where that's going to go, but that is really, really nice. Unfortunately, that was a possession, so he doesn't get any special skill ups or anything like that, which kind of sucks. Okay. Just following, just checking in on Godin, our insane noble. Nothing you can do about it. Is he fully naked yet? Oh yeah. He's naked, just covered in water. So he's got his clothes are kind of laying around the place now. Oh well. Oh well. He will until he starves to death, I suppose he will be harmless. So we're gonna designate H. We have to get rid of. I'm gonna channel this stuff now. Now we should be able to channel all of those because the ones above it and around it are not. We should be fine. Oh, actually no, that's not good. So we have to channel this one first, so that that should do. I'm trying very, very hard not to kill any dwarves with this, with all of this digging. How are you doing today, Smafati? I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, good. I know how that is. Okay, so that one's gonna go, this one's gonna go. Now, is that actually a ramp? Okay, so those, so we're actually not, we're digging into solid walls there, so we can actually dig all of those out. Same thing with this one here, that's no problem. And then this is, so those are gonna, when we dig those up, they'll have ramps. So that should be fine. Now we need, that is there. Most of my food, we have a couple of different industry, or couple different sources. We've got fisher dwarves, which are incredibly productive, and we've also got so we've got fisher dwarves. We've also got farms up top here. If we go up to our top level, I'll show you real quick where our farms are. So we've got farms here. We've got 2 underground plots. Sorry, excuse me. So this underground plot and then this underground plot. And then we've got this above ground plot as well, which is producing whip vines. Whip vines make some very high value flour and make some high value wine. So dwarves like that stuff. And that's really all our farming. Between that and fish, that's really all we got. We've got a ton of animals. We have no shortage of meat in this fortress at all. If we go down to our cavern lair, where we keep our animals, you can see I've got more horses than I need. In fact, actually, these, it looks like they are actually eating themselves out of, or sorry, they're eating more, more grass than we've got down here. So I've actually got to cull some horses. I'm going to actually pop up Dwarf Therapist and do that. I was thinking I don't really need the horses at all, actually. Because I've got, like, they're not useful as animals in any real way, because they're only good for meat. So I'm just really gonna cull all of them, except the very young ones. I also don't want to overwhelm the butchers. I don't want to overwhelm the everybody, because if you get all right, so those, we're butchering a whole bunch of horses now. If we overwhelm the butchers, then they end up storing the meat improperly, and it tends to rot and tends to cause problems. So we've got lots of meat. We've also got hens and chickens down here, which are laying eggs. which are a great source of food. So they go in, they lay eggs, the dwarves collect the eggs and eat them, and they love them. So we've only got 4 of them. We don't have a whole lot here, but it's enough. Really, eggs, they produce so many eggs that if you get too many chickens or turkeys, it will they'll go nuts. So again, we've got tons and tons and tons of meat. We've got a herd of Draltha here as well, which are multiplying rapidly. Yeah, our animals are a bit out of control. But we've also, most importantly though, we've got a lot of llama, which is the basis of our cloth industry. So we've got a good clothing industry going on here as well. I can't wait for the next artifact to reflect the culling of the steeds as their screams echo through the caverns. Yeah, true enough. Great. That's awesome. All right. Okay, so that is good. So I think we're going to... So let's go into DH and let's go up 1. Where is this here? So that is part of our pillar, actually. Okay, so I actually need to build more walls here. Okay, so we go BC wall, BC wall, there we go. Alright, now let's build that out of gabbro. I should, okay. We got tons of gabbro kicking around since we're doing all this digging. We've got more stone than we could ever use, which is actually funny because at one point this fort was very stone poor. I actually ran out of stone. I had to start making stuff out of wood, which is not very dwarfy. Suspended construction of a wall. Which one? Ah, that would be because you can't get there anymore. Because I channeled it out, so we gotta fix that. So. Nothing worse than an accidental construction problem that, well, actually that's not a big deal because we need to, this pillar has to be done down here anyway, so that's actually not a problem. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what I'm doing today. Okay, so we're right here. So we go down here. We need to build this pillar down here in order for it to go all the way. So we're gonna go into build C wall. We're going to turn on box select, and we're going to go, and we're going to do this. Okay, now, in order to make sure that we get that middle one built, I'm going to go and suspend a couple of the outside ones, so that we can make sure that we get into the middle. So let's go into Q. And we're just going to suspend this one, and this one. That way they should be able to get and build all the rest of them. And this one too. Okay. Now they should be able to go in and build all the rest of those. And then we'll unsuspend afterwards. And then once those are built, we'll have a floor here that we can go and build more. Okay, good. Alright. Build C wall. Box select off. Yeah. Boom. Done. Perfect. Alright, we are coming. My goodness, look at all the clothes. Oh, I bet you this is Godin's clothes. That's why they're here. I was like, why are all those clothes there? That's these would be the clothes of our, oops, where did that go? Of our former count, or soon to be former count, I suppose. So he came this way, obviously stripping clothes as he goes, and yep. So he's running around naked, and so hopefully someone will pick those up at some point. Oh man, that's funny. Good times. It's always nice when someone goes stark raving mad. Like I said, it wasn't really surprising. He's been upset for quite a while. That's still sad. Alright, we're going to get started on our digging as well. We've got lots to do. Ooh, we've got some stone that didn't get smooth here. make sure this is done. Because if it's not, it will drive me mental. Alright, there we go. So, continue designating this. We'll get this the digging started here so that we can get down a little further. So, we want to make sure we're not digging out any pillars accidentally. Now this is all over rock that has been undisturbed yet, so we don't have to worry too much about this stuff. This will be pretty easy to do. It's this area here where we've got open space below that is the problem, where we have to be a little more careful. And of course these stupid pillars that I made. So we have to build a new wall here, which is probably going to get canceled because there's freaking mechanisms in the way that they won't move. I may have to just say screw it and dump those. It's getting it's not as the mess up here is not as bad as it was. At one point it was really bad. Hope I did that right. Yes, okay, good. Two streams ago, I had about 1,500 stones down here, so I got rid of those using DF hack. All right, the culling of horses has begun. Oops, we don't want to do that. So we're gonna go build seawall here, Gabriel. Wait till that one's done, and then we'll build more along the side here. Now, we should also continue this up here. We need to continue our channeling. Oops. Okay. And we are getting, actually, we should probably seal this off as well. Well, we'll need to wait, I suppose, until all the channeling is done. Probably suspended because somebody was standing where they weren't supposed to. Alright. Is anyone watching the Mars landing? Curious to know how that's going to go. Alright. So we'll probably need to remove all these levers and move them somewhere else. I had this as kind of a control room idea originally. It's kind of in an awkward spot though. I mean, it's a very high traffic area, but it is out of the way a bit, so I may end up moving that. But right now, actually. Last stream I got rid of a couple of other levers, so I can't actually close my main doors right now without building a new one. So we're gonna have to work on that at some point. Oh, look, section of the cavern has collapsed. Hopefully that's not anything too serious. Ugh, that's rough. So, we have a miner. Oof. So he got bruised. Oh, so his left arm got split into gore. So the miner's left arm takes the full force of the impact and splits into gore. That's not great. Whew, this is actually bad. So he got caught in a cloud of fire clay. He lost hold of his bronze pick, slammed into an obstacle. His left upper leg takes the full force, but was deflected. His left hand was bruised. Ow! Hi Zip, how you doing? Ow! This is bad. Fuck! I hate channeling. It's just a pain in the ass. So his left lower arm splits into gore. Ugh. Well, hopefully he'll be okay. Fish cleaner, Most Alonzes, also got in this. So his left ear takes the full force, but deflected. So he should be okay. Everything was deflected by his clothing. And then this fish worker, miner, also was bruised, bruising the left lung through the llama cloak. That's not great. The Gabriel strikes the fisher worker in the upper body, bruising the muscle and shattering the left floating ribs through the llama wool cloak. That's bad. Okay, so these guys are a little hurt. That's not great. And then, of course, we have a war dog as well who got bruised. So this is kind of bad. That's kind of bad. Hopefully we've got some good medical dwarves and a fully stocked... Oh, for fuck's sakes. What are you guys doing? Hopefully that one won't be a big one. Okay. Dwarves, what do you do? I don't know. I'm trying to be as careful as I can, but what do you do? So hopefully they'll that fishery worker will be okay. We'll check it out. Zip, you may be interested to know that our oh fuck no. Shit. How did that happen? Okay, so I screwed up my fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. My pillar. I screwed it up. Okay, so I fucking gotta rebuild this thing now. Damn it. Okay. So we're gonna X this. I'm not sure how that happened. And I guess we'll have to build a... let's see, floor. It's annoying. Actually, no, we can just go down here. We need to build, where are we? Build C, wall. So we're going to need to build new walls because so we need to build new walls here. Okay. And then C, wall. That is not ideal. A few adamantine threads and that exploded arm is good. Yeah. Well, we don't have any. Oh, not another one. We don't have any adamantine or adamantium, but we have lots of thread. No worries about that. Okay, so DH. Oh, those are oh shoot! I built the wrong wall. Okay, so wow. You know how you just have one of those days where you just fuck everything up? Well, that's today. So we are building the wrong wall sections, I think. That's the edge. Yeah, okay, that's the top edge. If a miner loses one arm, can he still mine with the other one without penalty? Yeah, he can, actually. Dwarves are really good. They can do just about anything on crutches, one-armed. It's actually pretty good, really. So he'll be fine, but it's just a matter of it's not exactly ideal. He is actually not normally a miner anyway, because he's a fish cleaner normally. I just kind of, since this dig was so big and I had lots of extra picks, I just kind of recruited him to do this. So maybe he's just bad at it. I don't know. Okay, good. So let's get all of these done. It's typically fairly safe to be mining into solid stone beneath, but you just never know. So let's make sure we have solid stone beneath all of these. We do. Okay. But are we digging into the bedroom here? No, I think we're okay. Either way, it should be fine. But we just have to be careful going in. I finally enjoy a new fort myself. I haven't played in a couple months. Thought about DF a lot, but actually starting a new one takes a certain kind of energy and motivation for me. About 2 years in. Yeah, I actually find the brand new start of a fort very, not stressful so much, but just so much. There's so much going on, and there's so much to do. There's so much unknown stuff, and finding out the exact form it's going to be and figuring out exactly what you're going to do or what I'm going to do. I find that the most stressful time of a fort, as opposed to this, where I've kind of got a plan, I've got a shape of it, it's up and running. But the first couple years of a fort is so busy, where there's so much going on. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so we can dig here. But anyway, I'm glad you're playing it again. Again, we have no problems with that, so we should be able to go here, all the way here, and yeah, that's expected. Okay. Yeah, it's just not fun starting out without a proper idea what you want to do. It's not so much as not fun, but it's just, there's just so much, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? What shape do I want it to be? And then, of course, if you do go into it with an idea, then the embark that you have completely derails it, right? So, but, I mean, that's also part of the fun. If this game was predictable, then it wouldn't be Dwarf Fortress. Okay. Now I'm going to leave it there and let these guys do their work. Hey, Joe's in control. I keep trying to start, but I get too enthralled in Legends and waste hours and never start a fort. Yeah, true. I love Legends, but what I do is I will start my fort. I'll export Legends, take a look around a little bit, and get an idea of what my civilization's all about, and then just forget about it. Because the one thing I don't want to do is go in and see a guest shows up, for instance, and then go into Legends and find out that they're plotting against my fort. That kind of ruins the fun of the surprise of someone plotting against your fort. But anyway, oh crap! I need to build a fucking shit. Sorry, swearing a little bit here. I realized I'm not going to be able to build a wall there without something below, or something for them to stand on. So I'm going to have to build a wall or a temporary wall or something. So let's go do that. We need to do it right there, right here. So we're going to go build, C wall right there. Now this will be temporary so that they can actually stand on it. So they can stand here, build these two, or this wall section here. And finish my pillar, which I fucked up. And then we'll have to remove that afterwards. I wish I was more into Legends. Seems like it simply doesn't know how to navigate. Yeah. Well, there's I've never actually used Legends inside Dwarf Fortress. In the Legends mode there. DF Hack has an export tool, which you can basically pull them out. They're big. They're big. And then you can view them in a web-based interface, which is actually pretty easy. Yeah, Legends Viewer is awesome. And it allows you to, it's really easy to go and see kind of what's going on. There's maps and a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So it's the only way I've ever done it. So now we are open air, so one square at a time, doing it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, but there's some really interesting stuff and some really interesting stories in Legends mode. If you start getting into it and you start reading into it a bit more than, say, just viewing the superficial level. If you get into it and start reading it, putting the stories together, there's some really neat stuff. Okay, so we are gonna go. So we have to dig this area out. Now we're not digging down here because there's stuff underneath here, but this can all be dug out to continue our pattern here. And I think we should actually have, whoops, dx. This should be kind of staggered in to continue the pattern from up here. How many squares is this? Let's count. I think I've got 1, 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have down here. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that will be actually one too many. So we're going to X that. Oops. That's an 8. X that. X that. I have used but I don't know. I'm probably going to dig into it at some point, but there's so much to this game. Yeah, you don't really have to. I mean, there's nothing that you really need to do in Legends Viewer that you can't do, or that will affect your fort, right? But it's just interesting to see what's in the world and what else is going on, because the world is so huge, and like in this fort, for instance, we go into my world. I'm in this tiny little corner, and I have no access to this whole continent over here. So there's stuff going on. There's civilizations. There's wars going on, and I don't get any knowledge of it at all, which is really kind of annoying in many ways. So I mean, might get the odd news bit, but it's really happening. There's a whole world happening that you're not really privy to. One thing I'd like to do, I've never actually done, is to retire a fort and then rebuild in the same world. I never want to retire a fort. I never want to abandon a fort, because I always feel like I might go back to it at some point. So I hate the idea of abandoning stuff. Alright, so our pillars are looking solid and good. And we have... Alright, we're looking good here. We've made a few mistakes as far as digging the wrong thing, but we're doing okay. Alright. Okay. So we're, yeah, we've got so much going on here that it's kind of, we're keeping the miners very, very busy right now, which is, I mean, it's to be expected, right? But, so things do take some time. Alright, so we'll let them dig here. Let's see what else is going on in our fort. So who are you? Melville. you're upset again, are you? So, Melville is 78 years old, born on the 22nd of Sandstone in 185. He's thin, with incredible muscles. His very long sideburns are neatly combed. His long mustache is arrayed in double braids. His very long beard is neatly combed. His hair is clean shaven. His narrow, close-set turquoise eyes are bulging. He has a deeply recessed chin. His nose is extremely narrow. His free-lobed ears are extremely tall. His eyelashes are short. His hair is chocolate. His skin is burnt umber. This is Melville Ishavaz. He is one of our military dwarves, and he is upset. He's unbelievably strong, absolutely inexhaustible, incredibly tough, extremely agile, and rarely sick. But he is not happy, so he's under a great deal of stress. He's dejected after being unable to acquire something for too long. He feels lonely after being away from family for too long. He feels lonely after being away from friends too long. He feels dejected after a lack of decent meals too long. Self-pity after being unable to practice a martial art for too long. I took him out of our military squad a while back. I'm going to put him in there again. He is blissful after sleeping in a fantastic bedroom. This is good. He is also badly distracted after being unable to acquire something. So, let's go and see if we can't fix him a little bit. I would rather not lose another dwarf. Where's my dwarf? I might close my dwarf therapist. 2 seconds. Utilities. Dwarf therapist. Get dwarf therapist up. But we're going to fix this guy a little bit. Alright. So, let's look at Melville. Do let me know. Oops. Melville. Do let me know if I forget to put dwarf therapist away. So, we want to make sure if he needs to... so, he's a legendary swordsman. He's actually one of our best military guys going. But we want him... So, he's got hauling on. So, he's got all his labors on. If a dwarf wants to wants to acquire something, he needs to haul. He needs to haul items. So item hauling. So he can haul crafts back and forth, and if he's hauling something, he might claim it as his own. So that's good. So, okay, so he's got everything we need on there. There we go. Good. But let's see, what else can we do for him? Acquire something. Lonely. Well, let's get him back in the military. Maybe that'll make him happier. Military. So he was in... There we go. So my first 3 squads, the Legendary Rookies, the Tomes of Rising, the Bodices of Guarding, are... they're all incredibly good. Like, they're all legendary military people. Oh, he's sleeping. I can't do that because he's sleeping. Okay. Fair enough. We'll come back to you, Melville. But I'd rather not lose any more dwarves to insanity or anything like that. So we're going to try to fix him as soon as he wakes up. But yeah, we had... so we've got some really great legendary military dwarves. And then we've got some other squads for more unhappy dwarves. In fact, let's put him in the Squad of Lost Souls, because that's really what it's for. So we'll put him in there. Now the Squad of Lost Souls, there he goes. He's woken up again. It was designed specifically for unhappy dwarves. They've got a... their training room is in a legendary temple, and it's in a beautiful place. So hopefully he will go and be a little happier now. That's right next to a waterfall, so hopefully he gets some good happy thoughts. But I think one of the big problems I'm having as far as happiness goes is that I'm keeping my dwarf really, really busy the last 2 or 3 years, really. And I'm not giving them time to take it easy. Dwarves like taking it easy, and if you don't give them time to do that, then upset. Alright, so continuing the dig. So we are getting close to being done with this upper level here. So everything above the level we're on right now is all pretty much all fully done. More or less, anyway. I'm probably going to get rid of this empty room here at some point, and I might end up getting rid of this stuff too, because I think that's... Oh, no, those are rooms. Okay, so those will all have to stay. But that all has to go. So let's start channeling that out. Nothing. That's all got to go. Alright, so this is going to take some time, because I have to do that one square at a time. That's kind of annoying, actually. Okay. But, what do you do? And then we've got our bedrooms there, which are fine, but yeah. So that's going to have to go. That's going to be a big, long process. Okay. Continuing the dig. So we're doing all right here. So once we get this stuff down, so that's good. So now we can, all the fiddly bits are done. So now we can just get into the big areas here. So we can just get rid of all of this. All of this can go, and then we can also go in here and dig out this stuff. Again, we're all over real, that square, that should be fun. There we go. That's got everything, I think. All the important, or all the bits are getting dug out now. There we go. All right, perfect. Let them dig a little bit more. So let's check on our dwarf here. We're gonna go to Melville. Let's see if he is. Let's see what he's doing. So he is going. What's he doing? He's going to fill his water skin, and then hopefully we'll go and train or socialize or do something. Looks like we need some new barrels. So he's going to his individual combat drill. He's going to go into the Temple of Lost Souls. This is a combination temple and training area next to a waterfall, which is not running right at the moment, but it's got an artifact, it's got legendary carvings throughout, and it's actually a pretty good place. It was designed specifically to prevent or to fix problem dwarves, but so far it hasn't been terribly successful. Okay, so we need to go into our manager. We need some barrels. So, wooden barrel, we're going to make about 100 of those, because I noticed we had some food lying around, which is never good, because that's a good way to get miasma. I also noticed we've got a whole bunch of buildings suspended, which is... view job. Can we zoom to it? Go to building. There we go. B. So yeah, it's these ones here. Okay, so we need to go into Q. Q. And then unsuspend these ones because they can all be built now. Good. Alright, and then we have to build one more level. What a giant pain in the ass this is. Did I? Oh shoot. BC wall. Okay, there we go. Okay. This whole dig was a lot easier when I didn't have to worry about the existing fort. So much easier. Okay, that's fine. Now that I have to worry about all this other stuff, it has been quite a giant pain in the ass. Fixing a hole. There we go. Alright. So, good. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys... Oh, look at that. Our tailor is throwing a tantrum. So I'm gonna do the same thing with him. So we're gonna go into... Actually, here, hang on a sec. Tailor. Z. Just gonna quickly go to the bathroom. I'm gonna let you follow... Oh, wait, is he in jail? He's in jail. So he's fine. He's fine. I have these wonderfully appointed prison cells with food and drinks, and they always put them in the wrong one. I don't understand these dwarves. Alright. Now, one thing I am going to do, though, is I'm going to create... this is a... I've created... In each of these prison cells, there is an activity zone. One square activity zone. I'm going to actually make that into a temple. So the Tome of Crowding is our normal temple. So that is going to be a... so hopefully he can go pray, and hopefully he'll get some good thoughts there as well. And we should actually make a stockpile here. So stockpile. P. We're going to go into food. We're going to create a food stockpile here and a food stockpile there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and make one for prepared meals only. So we're gonna basically we're gonna block all of them except for meat, permit fish, and cheese. Okay, and we're gonna select prepared food. Okay, so hopefully that's going, and then we're gonna take from this stockpile here. Okay, and then we're going to go over here, we're going to do the same thing, except this one is going to be just for drinks. So hopefully this will mean that the dwarf will have a good meal, and he'll have alcohol there. So he's not going to be, hopefully not as depressed as he could be. Alright, now let's find... He's not doing anything. But hopefully he is getting fixed. Who are you? Who is this guy? One of our... the Sister Spurn. He is our captain of the guard. He's also a legendary dwarf. Who are you? Oh, that's Godin. Poor Godin. Okay, I'm going to let you follow him for a bit. He's crawling around babbling. He's gone stark raving mad. He is thirsty, so he's going to die soon enough. And I'm sad to say that he's not long for this world, but see where he goes. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab another coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Thanks everyone for joining me today and taking a look and watching Godin stumble around as he slowly dies of thirst. Alright, continuing our work here. Alright, we're slowly getting where we need to be. Alright, so we've managed to dig down one more level. I'm going to continue this and try very hard not to kill dwarves as we go. Again, all of this is over empty stone, so that is totally fine. No, we're going to keep that one. I'm going to keep these walls right below here. I'm going to keep them for now. This here X, we're going to go dig there. So that should be everything. Okay, so we're going to go there. So that's going to be kind of where we want to be, I think. That is... Okay, so we're going to X this. We're going to take... And then I'm going to build some walls here so that it can just kind of continue the pattern that we established all the way up of having two squares in between us and the outside. So the mountain's not entirely hollow. Now, over here, pardon me one sec, just need to take a phone call. All right, sorry about the delay there, everybody. I just had to take a quick work phone call. No rest for the wicked, I suppose. So I've had you following Lord Datan. He's one of my very first dwarves. He was here, one of our original 7, one of the last. There's only 2 left. Oh yes, we've had a fight. So it looks like our tailor was beating up a dog, which seems to be kind of the go-to thing when you're throwing a tantrum. Yeah, in this fort anyway. So anyway, let's get back up to the dig. I appreciate everybody taking the time to spend it with me, with our fort. I've been really enjoying this fort, really enjoying the dig, and I'm glad I can share it with you guys. So we're going to get here, we're going to start smoothing out this level. What the fuck happened here? Where is that? That's not supposed to be there. Okay, so let's go. I've got a petition too for something. So we're going to channel that out. There we go. And I don't need to smooth this. What's next? It's going to go away. Hope everyone's having a good day. Smoothed out so that it'll look nice and shiny for when we're ready to go down further. What is that? Where did that go? Okay, so this is going to have to be... So this pillar that is up here is going to have to be constructed, at least partially, because of the existing rooms that we've got up here. That's always going to be fun. Smooth that. And smooth this pillar. Smooth this pillar. And this one here. Okay, awesome. So now we should have all of our pillars done and taken care of, except for this one, which needs another row of walls. Build some wall. Okay, good. So that is, and then we've got another one which is right here, which is already constructed, but it's just got a little extra from the walls that are still there. So this is actually go away now. So we're going to go into designate mining. So this is all underneath our walkway, so that can all go away. Just what shape do I want to keep it? Just get rid of it. Like so. Okay, here we go. Lots of work to do. Lots of work for these dwarves to do. We also have to do the what's the petition? Dostengosp Suck Horrors is a goblin poet that has been in our fortress for quite a while, and he's been asking to join us for a long time, and I keep saying, fuck off. I don't need a goblin in the fort. Alright. We are filthy greenskin. Not that we're racist, but goblins can go fuck themselves. Yeah, I'm sure a goblin would actually be fine, but I had a human a while back, and in a different fort, and I couldn't clothe him because they wear large clothes as opposed to dwarves wearing normal size clothes, and so he ended up running around naked. He was happy as anything. He was very happy, but he was running around naked, and since he was in the military, he was running around naked with a spear and a shield. So he was essentially a gladiator running around with his dangly bits hanging out, until he had an unfortunate run-in that was not at all intentional with a forgotten beast. And yeah, he unfortunately died horribly. And violently and predictably. So, you know. And that is okay. So he is just, who is he? That's Kabuk. He's distracted. So why are you distracted, Kabuk? Unfocused after being away from people. He's unfocused after leading an unexciting life. He is unfettered after being extravagant. He is unfocused after being unable to acquire something. He's distracted after a lack of decent meals, but most importantly, he's distracted after being away from family and friends, and distracted about being unable to pray. So he's gonna need what we really need to do is give these dwarves a holiday, and I kind of can't do that right now because we are so wide open to everything. So maybe what we'll do, because we can lift up this bridge. We could give them a holiday right now and let them just take some time off. We just raise the bridge here, no one can come in. I mean, if a dragon flies by, then we're toast. But we're toast anyway, so it's not really going to make a big difference. So we might want to just do that, because we've got some dwarves that are... But you know what? Well, let's just give... let's find that dwarf who was distracted. We're going to put him to work in the temple. Because he's actually a good dwarf. He actually has one of our... he made one of our recent... I can't remember his name, though. Book. I have no idea what his name is. I'll have to find him later. But he made one of our recent artifacts. So I want to take care of him. For sure. But I can put him to work in the temple, and maybe he'll pray a bit more, because that's one of his big things. And he can also socialize, hopefully, with and service that need as well. Okay, so we're gonna dig this one here. Now that that's done, we can start doing this. It just feels like there's so much to do here. So we're slowly getting this done. Okay, slowly. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out for this this distracted dwarf. Distracted does not mean unhappy. Distracted dwarves will not go mad with distraction, but they will slow down. They will do a worse job of whatever they're supposed to be doing. Not necessarily the best thing, but there you go. Hey, Hammer Dwarf, how you doing? Great to see you. How's the beard today? Mine needs a trim. Great to see you. I enjoyed your stream last night, Hammer Dwarf. I really did. All of this should be done. Nope, not that one. All right, we're continuing our big dig here today. Thanks, buddy. Enjoyed that too. Good times. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, no worries. It's growing on me. Oh, that one never gets old. Yeah, it's always nice to hang out with a good streamer. So I love my Dwarf Fortress streams. Of course, we all do, right? That's why we're doing this. So, all right, so we're gonna go and we can start digging down here. Not mine. H. We're gonna channel this out, being careful not to dig out over top of the farmer guild hall that is right below us. We want to keep. So we're gonna make sure that we don't dig that out. We dig around that. there. Whoopsie. That's not what we want. Up here. There we go. And then we should be able to go right to there and over. Oops, what did I do here? Yeah, there we go. All right, we're getting close though to the yeah. So to this room. Now this room is gonna go away. I have to actually make sure that these doors are not. Both of this statue here and this door are not built. They're simply there. So we're gonna carefully dig this hole out as well. All right, good. I gotta lurk while I'm working, but I'm looking forward to watching for a bit. No worries. Thanks for popping by. I appreciate it as always. You get your work done. I don't want to distract you from that. Okay, we got some good digging going on here. You know, it's funny. I've got 15 miners. Actually, I should check on the one. We had a cave-in here recently, and we had a miner get a little damaged. We had a miner get a bit damaged, and so we should check to see if he's okay. So I'm just looking at Dwarf Therapist right now. Put that up for you. All right, so we're sorting by miners right now. Sorry. Okay, we're sorting by miners, and the fish guy was one of, I'm not sure exactly who it was. Let's look at the health of these guys. If you don't use, ooh, there's a lot of injuries here. Was it Toulon? Yes, it was. So Toulon is on crutches now. He is one of our dwarves that got caught in a cave-in recently. So he's on crutches. He's got an artery open and motor nerve damage. Shouldn't really prevent him from working though. He is a legendary crutch walker. That's sweet. We've also had one of our fish. I think it was this guy. He's a nope. He's got some lacerations. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out which one it is. We had a fracture? Yeah, this is the one. Erdem Dastot Mubin, right here. He is one of our Marks dwarves. He has a fractured rib. And we also had this guy, Uvash, who's infected for some reason. I have soap, I promise I do. He has his right foot and his left hand are smashed apart, but looks like everyone's okay. So no one's gonna die right away anyway, which is good. Okay. So right now, we're just kind of doing the cleanup. The old part of the fort. Hey, he's got an artery open, but he's okay. Only in DF. Yeah, no kidding. It's just a little. It's not one of the important arteries, right? Red Stutson, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Just so everyone knows, in about half an hour, my kids are going to come home from school, so I'll need to take a 10-minute break or so to get them sorted. But I will continue the stream for at least until 3 o'clock my time, for another hour and a half or so, and then we'll see how it goes beyond then. But so yeah, this cleanup here of just working around the old fortress areas and trying to get them cleaned up has been a real pain in the ass. But we're getting close. We're getting there. So, okay, so this is all done. So this here, we're actually going to smooth this roof around because this here area right here is going to stay because it is over top of our Farmer's Guild Hall. So we don't want to get rid of that. On the other hand, that right there that can go. So we're going to channel there, and we can channel all of that. And that will kind of define the area that I want to keep. So that can all go. I just want to make sure that I have ramps and I have a way back up onto this area up here, which I do. So, okay, so that can go right there, and all of this can go too. Most of it is, okay. Now this little area here won't collapse because it is attached to this pillar and the staircase, and we still have a way up there, which is good. So we'll be able to channel that out without any trouble, but it is over open space mostly, so it is going to be a little trickier, and we're going to be careful because we want to prevent death. I've had enough. I'm sick of cave-ins, so you have to bear with me a bit. All right, we'll just be very careful. So we want to make sure that actually doesn't need to get done, because that we're going to keep these rooms down here as well. We're going to keep. And that will eventually form the basis of the entrance hall. We'll build it up a bit at some point and make it more grand once I've got everything kind of cleaned up and sorted. Alright, so down here we need to start making we need to start smoothing this stuff. What does my combat log say? So, okay, so we had our tailor go throw a tantrum. So he was throwing. Okay, so he was throwing a tantrum and beating up some dogs. No big deal. Okay, there we go. Alright, so all of this is going to get smoothed out. And then again, we're going to keep this room here because I don't want to move the guild hall, and there's no reason to. Okay, this looks like a gigantic mess, but I promise you that we are making progress. We are getting things. Do you resolve the depot issue? No wagons come through. Not yet, no. I figure I've got another 8 months to do that. But I know exactly why. If we go up, there's right now the only way through, or the only way to the depot to get across the river is through the fort, and there are some trees blocking. There's no way to get through, and that's why. So it's just a matter of chopping some trees down. And making a path. We'll build roads at some point, but that's the reason, for sure. So I just gotta chop some trees down. There's too many of them. We have to piss off some elves some more, which is fine. I got no problem with that. So it's all good. All right, so we're looking good. We're looking good here. So we're just going to build a door here, a couple doors here real quick. And just, again, to keep ourselves a little bit safer in case something shows up. But right now, if anything really dangerous shows up, we are probably screwed. Okay. Okay, so we're doing some So yeah, the we'll worry about the depot issue right now. But right here, so any trade caravan that comes from the right hand side of the map has to pass over this bridge, and there's no space in any of these areas. In fact, why don't we do that right now before I forget? So we're going to chop these trees down, and that should do it. But let's just... Wood is always a good thing anyway. We'll just make sure that there are no trees anywhere near this this entrance. And we'll eventually go and I'll build a bridge, or a road, and we're going to make it smoothed out and proper. But for now, because I don't actually want them having to go through the fort anyway, so I'm going to build bridges across the river at some point elsewhere, like probably down here somewhere. How'd you find that out? Whoa, so many trees, no wonder. Yeah, it's just the best, or the way I found out is, I mean, simply looking. I know where they have to go, and there's just no way here. There's no space in that little area right there for a wagon to get through. And that's really right there. They could probably get through just about anywhere else. Shoot! There's a kangaroo. We're gonna have to go murder a kangaroo. Let's go. We're gonna send the squad here to do it. So we're gonna go into you. Nope. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. D. We're gonna select individuals. D. So P. Select P. D. Select individuals. There we go. I want to send out. All my miners are busy. Let's say Ingas. I don't imagine it's going to be too terribly difficult to kill this guy. I'm going to give our lesser experienced squad some experience here. So they're going to go kill a giant murder rabbit. Danger. Oh, there's more than one. That's sweet. That's okay. And look at this. Our rather large herd of cows. There were two. Well, literally, like 5 years ago, there were just two of them. We're going to have some steak right away. Jeez, I have way too many animals. I've got like 400 animals. I got to... like bad guys in Top Gun. So I'm going to have to... go and do that. All right, so we've got this gentleman, Atirasaur. He's our militia captain for the Lamb Brigade. So basically, this squad was created as lambs to the slaughter, so to speak. And he's catching. Oh, they're fast. He's gonna pass out from exhaustion right away, I'm sure. I don't know if you can see him, but he's right down at the bottom here. He's chasing this thing. I should send out my my mark dwarves to kill him. Honestly, that would have been smarter. But that was a little blood. He's panicking. He's panicking, and he's dead. All right, so the militia captain killed him right with a spear. So stabbed him in the skull. Sweet. All right, so that is a couple murder kangaroo or murder. What'd you call them? Murder rabbits. Those are dead. So sweet. Should actually. I have some hunters. I'm gonna just send the hunters out. I don't have any hunting enabled right now because I don't need meat, but we'll send them out and let them go do their thing. So I just did that off screen in Dwarf Therapist. Giant murder rabbit, yes, giant murder rabbit. Okay, good. We are slowly making progress here. Slowly making progress. So this area needs to go as well. So we're gonna do that there. That. Okay. Good. So eventually, I'm thinking that for the entrance hall that's going to be in this area at some point, it's going to be a couple stories tall. It's going to be all open inside. And we'll have some towers at some point of some sort. I haven't really figured that out yet. But really what I want to do is just start with a clean slate so that all of this will be gone. All the roofs and all the everything. So we'll construct that from scratch. But it's just a giant fucking pain. Pardon my language. Mature content advisory. This has been a lot more difficult than I was expecting, truthfully. Actually, difficult's the wrong word. It's just been tedious. Okay. All right. So we're looking good here now. All right. We're getting really, really close because we've only got two more layers to go, and we are done. I am so looking forward to finishing this. You have no idea. So once we're done the dig, then we will worry about actually building our the actual entrance hall itself. So we need to go down here and smooth all of this. That's fine. There we go. All right, and we'll have to clean up all these rocks. We will probably do it by using auto dump from DF Hack, just to so we don't have to watch dwarves haul rocks for 3 hours or longer, probably. All right, so we're looking really good right now. We're looking really good. So once that's done. Or once the smoothing is done, we are ready to rock and roll down to the next level, more or less. I would like to actually get this done here first. So all of this can go. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I could collapse this, but I really don't want to. I've lost too many good dwarfs for collapsing stuff because it sounds fun. There's Godin. He is of course, our noble. He's our count. He's gone mad, so he is running around naked. He is starving and dying of thirst. It's really just a question of which will get him first. And but luckily he has a nice artifact sarcophagus to go into, so he's off to a better place. But he is not long for this world, unfortunately. Poor goat. Never really had a chance, that poor guy. He's a young dwarf. He emigrated before when he was a kid. He matured, I made him a noble, and then he just went downhill. So he's a nervous wreck who puts himself in the most stressful situations he can find. One of those dwarves. Okay, so D, we want to go here. So we've got so all of this can go away. We want to H that. Alright, so that can all go away. I would like to get rid of that as well. And that will, I think, be everything on this level that needs to go. Well, not quite. I'm going to do this, and we can do that. We can do Stairs will hold up construction. As will. Okay. We're okay. Alright, good. So now we are getting to the point where we're getting super close to being finished here. I'm so happy about that. Alright, so so this is all just kind of tidying up. What's here? That's this. Yep, okay, that's all gonna stay. Up above, we've got a couple of little things that we are tidying up as well. Okay, just got to keep channeling kind of one square at a time over here. Getting the, just to tidy this all up. Oh, and there's a section of the cavern collapsed. I think, was that my whole, oops, where did that go? Sorry, wrong button. Boom. Oh, that's a big one too. How many did we lose here? Oh, fuck, we actually lost somebody. Oh no! Oh no! Fuck. That was Lord Detan. He was one of our original 7. Fuck. Fuck me. Oh, it'll be fine. We'll just channel a little bit. It'll be fine. Fucking hell. Now there's, and then there was 1. So Gabriel strikes the miner in the left lower arm, and the injured part is crushed. That's not great. Artery is opened. So we got another piece of Gabriel struck him in the right leg, and that exploded into gore. And then, of course, it struck him in the head, and the injured part is crushed. So Rip Godin. Oh my god. Or, sorry, not Godin, Detan. That fucking sucks. Pardon my language. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. But I'm not the type to save scum or anything like that. So, we also, Ficod here, looks like he got caught with it, but his clothes deflected him, protected him. Most looks like he's okay too. So everything was deflected for him. So that's good. So just Lord Detan. That sucks. That sucks. Dead just because of a crushed skull. Coward. Yeah. Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I'm crushed. Not to make a pun or anything, but shit. Well, many a fine dwarf have died in this project. So let's now. If you recall, we lost another dwarf over here. Speaking of, hang on 2 seconds here. We missed looks like we missed a ramp. That needs to get channeled out there. If you recall, we lost another dwarf when we were digging out over here. Also another good dwarf, legendary miner. And we made an image for him. So this was, so we're going to do the same thing for Detan. So engraved is a superior Kumil Nebelrith rendition of the Trumpets of Gravel, an image of Ezem Pulley-dented the dwarf, a small rock, and dwarves. The small rock are striking down Ezem Pulley-dented. The dwarves are cringing. Ezem Pulley-dented is dead. The image was commissioned by the Whiskered Whiskey. So we're going to do the same thing for Lord Detan. And we're definitely going to build some statues as well. So we're going to build this here. We're going to engrave this, and we have to make sure that we're using only our best. So stone detail. I'm actually really, really upset right now. we're gonna stone detailing. We're gonna unassign this. And we're just gonna keep our two masters. They're gonna go and engrave some fitting memorials to him. All right, Kib and Ernst Angelo are gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna engrave here. We're gonna engrave that. Now we're gonna go. Oh, sorry. There we go. Forgot to turn off Therapist. Okay, so now we're gonna engrave this area here as the Lord Datan tribute floor, because he was killed by a floor, so it's only fitting, I think. So we're gonna create a new image. Now we're going to find a historical figure, F. Lord Datan, and we're going to create an object, Gabriel. No, we can't do Gabriel, so rock, small rock. Back. So, oh, no, sorry, object. How many? Let's do 3. So, and 3 small rock. Okay, and we're going to artifact or relationship. So, X is being mutilated. So, Lord Datan is being mutilated by the 3 small rocks. We're going to have one of our deities there as well. Vesh is one of our deities. He is the he is one of the, or he is the god of death and rebirth, so I think that's fitting. So we're going to, let's see, so admiring, being flayed by, shot, tortured, burning, contemplating, cooking, cringing is dead, so definitely Lord Datan is dead. We want action or relationship. Is striking down, is suffering. It's torturing, traveling, unnaturally contorted is weeping. Vesh is weeping. Okay, so the Vault of Excavations, that's actually pretty damn good, but we're going to change this slightly. So can we do like tragedy? There we go. The Tragedy of Excavations. Okay, so the Tragedy of Excavations is an image of Lord Datan Copper Climates the Dwarf, 3 small rocks, and Vesh, the deity of death and rebirth, depicted as a rotting male dwarf. Lord Datan Copper Climates is being mutilated by the 3 small rock. Lord Datan Copper Climates is dead. Vesh is weeping. That sounds about right. We'll do some statues of this too. So we're going to do that for all of them. Existing image, Tragedy of Excavations, over here, D, existing image, So it's a small tribute, but I think it's the least we can do for such a noble dwarf and such a shitty death. Tragedy of Excavations. Specify the existing image, Tragedy of Excavations. Existing image, Tragedy of Excavations. There we go. Alright, well, it's truly, truly unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. Alright. Fuck me. I keep harping on being super, super careful about, actually we're going to do this differently, about channeling this crap out, and that's exactly why. It's just so easy to collapse stuff accidentally when you're channeling over top of nothing. So, apologies for getting emotional. He was a good dwarf, though. He was a really good dwarf. Okay, so D, we need to build. Every time I come to your stream, you're building a memorial for another dwarf killed by rocks. I'm sensing a pattern. Bremer, yeah, you're bad luck. Obviously. Obviously, you're bad luck. Stop it. No, that was... unfortunately, I just kind of fucked up and accidentally built or channeled out the wrong thing, and he was standing on something. But yeah, it was not good. Not good. I'm not happy about that. Bramir, nice to see you. Thanks for popping by. Appreciate it. But man, that blows. Look at that. You can still see the blood on that rock too. Oh well. We've lost a couple of good dwarves to this project, and especially that particular dwarf was special because he was one of my first 7. So, it's kind of unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it happened, but it's also, it does happen. It's just, he is just a dwarf, but he was one of my favorites. Okay, so that has to go. Please tell me they can still get to that one. Should be able to. Okay. This square here needs to be channeled out. I'm not sure if they can actually get there. Should be able to. No, they can't. Damn it. Damn it. Don't do what I'm doing here, because I'm fucking everything up here. Yeah, crushed skull. Okay, so we are slowly getting this to work here. Now, we can, since these, if we go back to this area here, those are channeling into actual rock, like into a wall, so that is actually good. So which means we can actually channel all of this out at the same time, because they'll stand on the wall and do it, and then that wall can go. Oh, lost another great dwarf. Godin Monomakam, our count, has died, and that is tragic, but also not unexpected. Where was he? He was right here. So he died on the way to the temple. Earlier this stream he went stark raving mad. He had been unhappy, very, very unhappy for quite a while. So he went stark raving mad, took off all his clothes, and crawled around the fortress babbling. So what do you do? Luckily, he's got a nice artifact sarcophagus to get interred in, so he's going to a better place. Again, sad. Hopefully someone takes his body away right away. Smafati, is there any way to recover a dwarf after madness? No. So once he goes stark raving mad, or there's basically like 3 of them. Once he's gone insane, they're dead. They will starve to death. If he goes melancholy or whatever it is, then he'll try to actually kill himself. But no, there's nothing you can do. Once they've gone over the edge, they're done. So it's just a matter of time at that point. However, there are things you can do before that stage to actually prevent it. Godin was particularly hard in that he had issues. He had major issues. He didn't handle stress well, and he was a nervous wreck. So there was just lots of problems with him. And I tried everything I could, but I couldn't fix him, which sucks. But there you go. I really do hate losing dwarves to madness. Or anyway, but particularly for that, because I feel like I should have fixed it, right? Alright, I'm going to take a quick break here real quick. I got to go open the door for my kids. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. Did anyone hear how the Mars landing went today? I wasn't able to watch it because I was streaming. So, does anyone know? So now we need to go D and remove this construction here. And this will just be a very slow process of removing all this stuff. Right, okay. Yeah, I know, I didn't see it, so I actually followed them specifically for this, and then obviously it didn't decide to do anything, or didn't decide to watch it. Best be right back message ever. Oh, hang on. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Hammer Dwarf. I mean, it's not as good as leaving a therapist up, but all right. Oops. Let's go back to Dwarf Fortress. There we go. All right. So we're almost done here. So now, where are we at? So this is the level. So this level here, I want to keep. This level here will be eventually blocked in, and we want to continue to basically remove all this stuff here. So we're going to remove that. We're also going to remove up here as well. Right? No, we don't want to remove that, because that's the roof of the floor below it. Sorry, I'm just figuring this out as we go. Alright, so now that this level here is all smoothed out and all ready to go, we can channel down one more step. Okay. Good. So that's good. We've also got our tributes are done. Did they? No masterpiece. Oh, one masterpiece. This is the master. This is finally. No, that's not what I need. So the schist floor engraved is a masterful Kib Uzolas rendition of the Tragedy of Excavations, an image of Lord Datan Copperclimus the dwarf. 3 small rocks in Vesh, the deity of death and rebirth, depicted as a rotting male dwarf. Lord Datan is being mutilated by the 3 small rocks. Very good. So we have that all done, so that he is memorialized. Everyone who walks over it will remember that he died there. Alright, awesome. So I think we're ready to go and do one more round of digging. Let's hope we can do this without killing anybody. Alright, so we're going to start over here. So leave it there for now, because we want to make sure that these squares there get smoothed out first. So I'll come back to that. We'll also do this area here. Good. Good. All right. Now, it's possible we're going to have, it's just about the 12th month of the year. We have until about the end or the beginning, kind of midpoint of the second month before our water freezes. It's quite possible we're going to get this done and before that and actually have it flooded this season, which would be really cool. Run Stutson, thanks for popping by. I really do appreciate it. You have a great night, man. Have a great night. Always nice to see you, man. Don't hesitate to pop by again. All right, so all the way. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way over here. It's a big swath. Now, I don't think we have any more issues. Everything below us is is pure rock here. Okay, I gotta take a 5-minute break and get my kids sorted out. We'll let you follow this guy. Oops. Alright, well we got a baby boy Droutha. That's sweet. Sorry about the wait. My kids are back from school. Just had to get them sorted. Ah yes, this guy again. This dwarf, the dwarf that has this room is the biggest slob I've ever seen. Every time he leaves his food in his room, his room is always filled with miasma. So there it is, rotten horse meat. Wonderful. All right, we are getting close to being done here. Okay. Appreciate everyone sticking around and hanging out today. It's been a lot of fun. Had a lot of good digging going on. Only a couple dwarves. Uh-oh. Our tailor got into another fight. But he got injured badly. So apparently he picked a fight with our chief medical dwarf and got his ass handed to him. So the chief medical dwarf punches the wrestler, scratches the wrestler. I have been wounded. It's very annoying. The wrestler scratches the chief medical dwarf in the thumb. The injured part is torn. Ooh. So he did get some licks in on the chief medical dwarf here as well. The wrestler is unable to break the grip of the chief medical dwarf. I have been injured badly. There is no hope. Oh, no. That's bad. Alright, well, we do need to fix him. Jesus Christ, I don't know what to do with him. Exactly. So, they should be in our hospital now, presumably. Or not yet. Maybe they're done, I don't know. So let's find Taylor. Alright, where is he? He is here. So he's going to attend meeting. So he's going to go find someone to yell at. And he's not doing very well. Haggard and drawn due to the tremendous stresses placed on her. Hopeless, dwelling upon suffering a major injury. Lonely. So let's... Angry. Dwelling upon getting into an argument. Okay, I'm going to put her... What does she need here? She wants to do something creative. Okay. She felt guilty after being able to rest and recuperate. Okay, I'm going to make her... Does she have the need... Does she feel the need to pray? Is that one of the things she's upset about? Because I could put her in I could put her in our temple. Maybe she would have some socializing. Maybe she would get to work there. Being away from family. So she really needs to socialize. Unable to help anybody. Abstract thinking. Make merry. Okay, I'm going to put her as our tavern keeper for a while. So I'm going to take off her labors. So we're going to go here. Farming related. She's a butcher. That's interesting. So nothing there. We're going to take off... We're going to keep her hauling job on. We're going to take off her... Oops. But we're going to turn off... We're going to only put on item hauling. Definitely doesn't want burial. So item hauling will hopefully allow her to pick up an item, like pick up crafts and claim them. And then water hauling, she wants to help somebody, so maybe she'll help a prisoner or something. That would be nice. But we're going to take, and we're going to put her as a bartender in the tavern. So maybe, oops, maybe that will help her get a little better. Okay. Here's hoping that will work. Okay. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. But it can't hurt at this point, right? Okay, so all those trees have now been ripped down outside. So there shouldn't be any issues with getting a trade caravan to the cavern. Wow, what is going on with my frame rate? Not looking good. We need to get rid of some animals is what we need to do. This can definitely, we have far too many of those. Yeah. Okay, so let's zip down into our, let's zip down into the dig and see. We've also got a lot of stones. We've got a lot of different things going on here. So that's definitely not helping either. That's definitely not helping our case here. So I think I might clean up all of these stones a little bit to help us get a little more, just to make things go a little smoother. Okay, we're getting close. That stairway, I don't need that stairway anymore, do I? Okay, so we're gonna Z, remove that. Although channeling would probably do the same thing. Channeling would probably do the same thing and get rid of it all at once, but that's okay. Alright, so alright. Lots of digging to do here, for sure. So then that stays there like so. So this is going to be our path. So we'll dig out all of this. There we go. Start to actually see the shape of what I was planning all along here. Oops. Okay, that's got the whole level designated now. Not quite. Up here, we just got to do this area here. There we go. Okay, that's got the whole level designated now, and that will allow us to get her done. Now, what I need to do is get... So, oops, we're going to go into designate B, and we're going to dump. Now, what I'm going to do is just clean up this area a bit. Hopefully that'll help our frame rates slightly by auto dumping all this stuff. There we go. And we'll do this as well. And we'll just put this all into a pile so that it's gets out of the way, help clean up everything. Nothing worse than having a ton of stuff lying around to help kill your frame rates. Okay, so that's when we go down here and we do the same thing. This will help at least a little bit. Every fort dies to it eventually, right? So, okay, so we're just going to go down to our stockpile down here. And I'm just going to dump everything that we need right here. So, woo! That was a lot of stuff that we couldn't move. But I think most everything that we did, our move was, I think I accidentally did some stuff I wasn't expecting designate there, but that's okay. So we're just going to go and designate B, and we're going to reclaim everything on this square. And so hopefully they can come and clean up the rest of it. There's a lot of stuff there. Okay. Okay, good. Good. So hopefully that'll help with our frame rates a little bit. But there are definitely some issues in the fort as far as what I've got. I've got a lot of stuff in this fort. Okay. A lot of stuff that needs to be removed. A fool. Oh, I'm sincere. We have a because we're getting rid of some rooms, and these rooms were engraved. We are destroying a whole bunch of engravings. So I sincerely hope that Angelo, who is our probably our best stoneworker, doesn't get super pissed off about that. Because that is definitely a possibility. Hey, Beard Hat, nice to see you. It wouldn't surprise me, especially since that announcement was a little more ominous than most of them. A foolish builder, he might not be happy about what we're doing to all of his artwork. Sorry, I'm paused. Yeah, so I guess we'll find out. Hopefully he has lots of them though, and I know that how it affects somebody is basically has a lot to do with how many are still left. So if he has 100 masterpieces around and we deface one, it's not a big deal. But if he has one masterpiece and we destroy it, that's a big deal. So hopefully that's not a big problem, but I guess we'll find out. Alright. But I mean, not much I could do about it. I had those squares had to go. We want this, that has to get channeled out as well. Okay. Alright, slowly we are getting our way down. We're almost done this this dig here. So this is going to be, so we're down at this level now. That's the last level. So we're getting really close to being finished. And then, I think, once that's done and this whole area is flooded, speaking of which, so right now, I have to be careful if I go down one more time, if I'm not ready for it, because if we go down one more, this whole area will be flooded, whether I'm ready for it or not, and I don't want that just yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're good here right now, because that's the surface, right? Yeah, okay, so we're fine. Okay, but if it is still, if we dig down too far, we're gonna flood. And then, boy, would that suck. After all this work and I lose the fort to flooding. Okay, so... Look at all those beautiful gems I'm not going to be able to use. So many. Go. So we're getting our pillars smoothed. Might as well while they're digging out everything. Alright. What is this? That is a... There's just a random wood barrel in there, okay? Alright. Now, let's go back to our tavern. While they're digging, let's go back to our tavern and see if we can find our new tavern keep, who is also a very upset dwarf. God, we have too many cats, too many dogs. I need to get rid of these guys. We're gonna have to do some serious slaughtering. Okay, so let's find Taylor, because he's an upset dwarf. We want to make sure he's taken care of. I think he's going to bed though, so that's not a bad thing either. Nope, going to individual combat drill. Now let's see, which squad is he in? I think he's in our... No, what squad is he in? Trust letters, okay. I'm going to take him out of there. I'm going to put him in the Squad of Lost Souls, because they have a special temple slash barracks where they can hopefully get healed or get into a better mood. But he is not a happy camper, this guy. Oh, we've got a wild boar woman scholar is visiting. Yay. Alright. She's been here before, that scholar. So... Okay, so Taylor, I don't know where he's going now. Where are you going? He's going to store item event. Okay, very good. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully he'll, being a tavern keep will give him the ability to socialize. I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting this fort into the new version and hopefully fixing some of those doors. But I tried it. I played around with it a little bit a little while ago. I loaded an older save of this fort just to see what it would do, and it didn't. It certainly didn't fix them immediately. So it's not a magic bullet or anything. Slowly digging. Slowly digging. Alright, now... Okay. So it is... kind of the middle of the 12th month. We've got at least another month before everything thaws out. So we should be okay here. All right, looking good. We're looking good. Just wandering while we're waiting for the dig. I'm just kind of wandering around the fort to see what else is going on here. So Melville, we've also looked at him today. He's also unhappy, but not horribly so. Not as bad as some of the other ones. He's having a good nap right now. So as we go down the fort, we can see this is our reception hall, sort of. Our museum, our galleries. Who's this? That's... Taylor. He's going to complain to the mayor. Our hospital and our bathtub there to wash dwarves off and wash their clean off any crap they've got lying on them. Just zoom out a bit here so you can see a little bit better what's going on. Storage area, which needs to be cleaned up. It's actually a big giant mess right now. Forge level. We've got our stone workshop level, so we've got craft dwarf workshops and mason workshops there. We should actually... Oh, shoot. One sec. So stone detailing assigned. Stone detailing to everyone. There we go. I was wondering why the the new stuff I was digging wasn't getting smooth quickly because I had 2 people doing the smoothing. That was it. Whoops, my bad. So anyway, so we're just going down to the fortress. I want to just checking out, see what else is going on down here. Got a bunch of animals in cages over here, which I have to figure out what to do with it eventually. So I still got a ton of animals. Too many. I've got way too many animals. I need to clean out a lot of these guys so that we can... Well, we've got just too many animals. So I'm going to just mark some more for slaughter. So I'm just going to pop up Dwarf Therapist real quick. Go to animals. We've got boars. Oh, we've got way too many boars. So I'm going to get rid of some of these guys. Normally I will do the older ones first, so that we have... So anyway, we're gonna make some bacon. I think that's a good thing. We've also got to get rid of, so we're gonna commit that. We've also got a ton of cattle that we need to get rid of. Oh wow, they're actually not... Okay, so here we go. So, 5 years old. Get rid of... I don't want to get rid of all of them, but... We've got way too much livestock, that's for sure. Alright, here we go, and we'll get rid of some bulls. We only need one of those, really. Alright, perfect. What is you? So, he is... okay, so we have one particular dwarf, or one particular bull who is... who can't stand. He's got his 3 hoofs missing, so he is going to be... Now, we've got him designated for butchering as well. So... So that's good. Oh, I just closed that, would be why. Okay. Alright, so that's got a few of the animals taken care of anyway. It's going to make some bacon and some steaks. Good times. Alright, good. So, let's see how the digging is going. Leather, meats, and bones for industry. Yep, it's true enough. I mean, we've got... I've got a really good cloth industry here, and we've got, so we use a lot of leather. So I've got lots of use for that. But it's just a matter of, there's just so many animals, it's, I think it's killing my frame rate a little bit here. Of course, having all this stone doesn't help either, but... Alright, so we are getting pretty close to having done this layer as well. Once we're done this layer, we can start... Okay, so all of this can be mined out below us here. There we go. And this can all be mined out as well. Okay, so that is going to get us where we need to be. There we go. Okay, so now, oh, actually that's too much. So over here, we go DX. Actually, it's not. Sorry, one sec here. So we have to go, just to kind of continue the pattern that we had up there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not that one. That needs to stay. So, okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should go down to here. then that'll get channeled out like so. That should complete the pattern, I think, because that's going to be, yeah, that should be. Fingers crossed that'll work. All right, and this can all get mined out as well, because there's a. Because that above this is a walkway bridge, so that doesn't need to be there. All right, good. And the slaughter of animals shall commence. All right, so we've got a bunch of digging. We also have to designate all of this for smoothing before we can go any further. And then the edges as well have to be smooth. Now I have every single dwarf in my fort helping with the stone smoothing, so this shouldn't actually take that long. I have to wait until that's dug out to finish that. There we go. All right, we've also got to do over here as well. There's still lots to dig out once that's ooh, fuck, I wish this game had an undo button. Right, okay, that's fine. So, smooth. Oh shit, yeah, we can actually get to the outside now. Forgot about that. We actually we have access to this area from the outside, and I don't want my dwarves standing on ice smoothing right now. Alright, there we go. That should have everything that we need. Oh, no. Yep, everything that we need is designated for now. Alright, so we can get that smoothed up, get this mined out, and we might be able to flood it this season. I was kind of expecting to do it next season. I didn't think we'd get it done this quickly. But we've got another solid, 45 days until it thaws out. So we might, you never know. I probably won't risk it, because the last thing I want to do is have miners die because they got flooded. And this whole thing, even though it's going to be underwater, it's all going to be smoothed, right? So we probably won't have enough time, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, we're going to be wrapping up the stream in about 15 minutes or so. I do appreciate everyone who popped by and everyone who hung out with me today. So definitely pop by again. I will probably be streaming again tomorrow, same time. And we'll see if we can't get this finally finished. We're also going to be, once this is done, we're going to be giving the dwarves a holiday. We're going to be basically turning off all jobs. We're going to be turning off everything, and we're just going to let them chill out in the tavern and get really, really drunk. We're also going to try. We're going to get to know our dwarves a little bit better as well, because right now we've only really learned about the dead ones and the depressed ones. So we're going to learn a little bit more about the rest of them, I think. Because there's some neat characters and some good stories in this fort. Oh, and speaking of depressed dwarves, there's Taylor throwing a tantrum again. We should probably throw him in jail. So, well, Godin's dead. So, We're gonna convict him. Yes. Yes. It's probably not a great idea to make him happier, but if he goes to jail, we can at least control him. He won't punch any more dogs in the face. I don't know why, but every single dwarf that throws a tantrum in this fort goes and punches a dog. Oh, look at you, Doran. What are you doing outside? Oh, he's cleaning. Stop. He's cleaning the ice. Seriously. Okay, I'm going to turn off cleaning for this gentleman because, like, the ice doesn't need to be cleaned, Doran. It really doesn't. So I'm going to lock the doors, and because I don't want to have anyone trapped out here before thaw, or the spring thaw. And I know we've got a lot of time. Actually, I can't even lock the doors because they can just walk on the ice now. Yeah. One thing about this particular project is, at least for the moment, we have opened ourselves wide open to anything who wants to come in and murder us. So until I get, once it's done, we're gonna make it a lot more secure. But right now, we are just so fucked if something shows up. Alright. So, but we're so close to being finished. This has been a massive, massive project. I'm really glad, I'm really looking forward to it being over. Alright, so we got all this stuff down here. Needs to be smoothed out. I didn't quite make it right, but it'll do. Actually, I think we just need to remove that one. So I think I missed the pattern a bit. That's fine. Whatever. That's gonna bug me though. But oh well. There's a little. I missed the pattern right here, so it's not completely stepped the way it should be. Oh. Okay. So our tailor, who was throwing a tantrum, I convicted him of a bunch of crimes. Instead of throwing him in jail, Tossid, one of our guards dwarves, decided to give him a little beating. So the Tossid scratches the tavern keeper, fracturing the bone and shattering the right ankle's bone. Twists the ankle. Performer punches the tavern keeper in the right upper arm. So yeah, she beat him pretty bad. Eventually punches the tavern keeper in the head with the left hand, bruising the muscle, jamming the skull through the brain, and tearing the brain. So yeah, she beat him to death. Now the funny thing is, I actually do have a hammerer whose job it is to do that, and the hammerer has like no strength whatsoever. He's like the weakest dwarf in my fort. Ooh, cool. This is actually really good though. But anyway, but all of my dwarves are super strong and very, very good with their weapons. So yeah, unfortunately we did beat our tailor to death, which is unfortunate. But Saxil Casbin Kivish, who is my favorite dwarf in the fort, has just given birth to a girl. So let's go and check out this dwarf. So that is a very interesting turn of events. So Saxil Casbin Kivish, who is a dwarf who was horribly injured a few years ago. She was attacked by a troll and had her face ripped off, essentially. Has given birth to Sibrek Kadolang, a dwarven baby. So this is she is the daughter of Saxil Tufted Lancer and Erdem Sword Practiced. She is a worshipper of Lal Guardwarded and an ardent worshipper of Vesh and a dubious worshipper of Ubble. She was born today, which makes her very young indeed. Her hair is curly, her long hair is braided, her lips are thick, her turquoise eyes are slightly wide set, her ears are somewhat tall, her somewhat tall head is somewhat broad, her hair is chocolate, her skin is raw umber. She's very strong, quick to heal, and agile, but she is flimsy and susceptible to disease. Sibrick Catalang likes tin glaze, silver, yellow diamond, rat tooth, the color midnight blue, reindeer for their large herds, and giant rattlesnakes for their warning rattle. When possible, she prefers to consume giant wild boar, white spotted puffer, pig cheese, river spirits, and bitter melon leaves. She detests leeches. Awesome. She has a great affinity for language, a great memory, and willpower, but she has meager creativity, a questionable spatial sense, and very little patience. Wow, that is really cool. She personally thinks romance is very important in life, values cunning, does not really value skills related to fighting, and doesn't think one way or the other about leisure time. She dreams of falling in love. But she is gripped with a crippling shyness. She doesn't stick with things if even minor difficulties arise. She finds helping others very emotionally rewarding. She doesn't often experience strong cravings or urges. She is somewhat fearful in the face of imminent danger. She tends to avoid crowds. She is assertive. She can easily fall in love or develop positive sentiments. She has a greedy streak. She has a tendency to go it alone without considering the advice of others. She chews her nails when she's thinking. She needs alcohol to get through the working day. Wow, that is fantastic for a little baby. So Sibrick Gem Red, very interesting. Well, that is lovely. So she is our new baby, and she's right there. She's just so tiny. All right, so mom is carrying her now and moving off. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. So who are you? Melville. All right. Okay, so this is just about done. All right, now that we've got this layer done, we've had a baby. We are going to call it a day, I think. We've done a lot of stuff. Now, typically when I say that, that's when we get a notification that we're going to have an artifact made. Seems like it's been the pattern the last couple of days, but not this time. But yeah, that's actually really exciting. I love dwarven or getting babies in the fort. I think they're very cool. Aha, maybe that's why. Okay. We got some. So there's some leftover items from bedrooms that used to be in this area that were forbidden for some reason. So we'll get that fixed, and hopefully they'll get hauled away. But we're gonna before we flood this, we're gonna clean it and make sure that there's no stones, there's no debris or anything on the floor. Okay, that is really nice. So that is looks like the last little piece that needs to be smoothed. And that's gonna do it for the day. So this is we did some good work here, I think. So we have the bridge across this chasm is now done. You can see it going across there. We've had everything, all the old fort that was down here has been stripped away and is been removed. For the most part, there's still a couple areas a couple little things we need to clean up yet before we forget. But for the most part, we are getting really, really close to being finished, which I'm really looking forward to. So that is, I think, a good place to end it for the day. So I will be streaming again tomorrow at noon Mountain Standard Time. So I hope you all can join me then. Thanks for everyone for hanging out. My name is Mr. Touch Shriek, pardon me, and I look forward to seeing you all again. So thanks very much for coming, and we'll see you again soon. Stay dwarfy, everyone. thanks, Mizuma. I really do appreciate you coming by, buddy. Take it easy, everyone.